We should start.
Okay, start. Oh, what do you want to start with?
I think we should. Oh, okay. Hold on.
I think we started. People like the banter.
All right, cool. Well, I don't know.
Okay, what do you want to start with? A movie reference, or do you want to say we're live? Blah, blah, blah.
Just go. Just start. Just start doing stuff.
Okay.
Put your phone away.
Okay. Is it in camera? No.
No, but still.
You picked the movie reference, so you say what the movie reference is, because you picked it.
Crap. Okay. Well, I would have kept it up on my phone then.
You don't need to
I don't remember all of the words.
Okay, what's the movie?
Okay, it's from Army of...
wait.
No.
We do the lines first.
Do the line first.
Or wait, first we do this.
Well, wait, we gotta do... At the same time.
Oh, you want one?
Oh, they're both for you?
We only have two. I was going to be selfish.
Okay, fine. So you can have both.
No, we have school in the morning.
So have both.
I want to be a cool dad. Do you want one or not?
You can have it.
Okay.
All right. It's kind of funny because...
What?
I'll tell you after.
Say it.
No, because when I was helping somebody earlier, they offered me a beer.
And did you take it?
No, I didn't, but I should have.
So
anyway.
You can say that on camera.
No, I know. I don't want to say the person though.
Okay, the movie line: shop smart, shop smart.
Yes.
Or, listen up, you primitive screwheads. This is my boomstick.
You can find it in the sporting goods section.
At
S-Mart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about all the nice things you said? That's just what we call pillow talk, baby. Oh, here's another one. Klaatu Verata Nikti. Right? That's what wakes up the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Because he can't remember the third word.
Yep.
He tries to fudge it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now you know what movie it is. Tell the folks what movie it is.
It's Army of Darkness.
Starring Bruce Campbell, which is actually, it's a sequel of a sequel. It starts off with a very low budget, very good, very low budget horror movie called Evil Dead. And then the second one has more of a budget, all starring, what did I say his name was?
I don't remember.
Campbell. Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
And then the second one has a better budget, Evil Dead 2. And Army of Darkness is the same character. It's the same guy. Bruce Campbell playing the same guy.
Okay.
But they don't really, all three of the movies really stand alone. Yeah.
Okay.
But it helps to watch them in order, but you don't have to.
I don't think I saw any of the other ones.
Evil Dead 2, and then Evil Dead Army of Darkness.
I think I just saw Army of Darkness.
Yeah, that's the only one you've seen.
Yeah.
The first two are the first one is like a very low budget, like black and white slasher, like people are in a cabin in the woods getting killed by ghosts and stuff. And then the second one is like is a higher budget, same idea, bunch of people cabin in the woods getting killed.
Okay.
And then that character who survived the first two movies is Bruce Campbell's character. What's his name? I can't think of it, but yeah. The third one, Army of Darkness, it goes full on totally silly. It's very silly, but it's fun to watch.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like at this rate, like with the amount of stuff, like talking we're doing about movies, we need to start like a movie podcast.
No, because nobody wants to watch that. And there's a million people out there doing better ones.
That's true, except for they're not talking about Army of Darkness.
I'm just here for the D&D.
All right, let's do some D&D then.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Okay, where are you?
Where are you?
The internet likes to hear me go, no, it doesn't. It doesn't like to hear that at all. Okay, we got your paladin, Edmund, but I did not write down what is his... alignment. Lawful good.
Lawful good. He has to be lawful good.
Yes.
He is a paladin.
Lawful good. Your cleric Kazam
is neutral.
Neutral.
Yes.
And let's go back to. Is that the one that you just picked a deity for, but you didn't know about all the deities?
Yes.
Okay. So he's a dwarf.
Yeah. I chose my deity out of this.
Right.
Yes.
But what you didn't realize when you did that is that. So what's in here is, and also they're also in here, but this doesn't have nice, cool pictures. Here, open that up.
Okay.
Just for the camera. So what you didn't know is that the head of the pantheon is in here. The head of the dwarvish pantheon.
The dwarven point of view.
Right. Oh, but keep flipping though.
That's it's on this page. This page.
Yeah, see?
So
great artwork.
Yeah.
I love the artwork.
Actually, this is the second page. It's this page. Gods of the Dwarves. Yeah.
So, it's Cling.
So I chose.
Wait, Quasqueton is in there.
Oh, so that's what I chose. I chose. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a greater god.
Moradin. Sorry.
Moradin.
So this was all written by Roger Moore for Dragon Magazine.
Okay.
But this was written by Rob Kuntz and Jim. Jason. Too much stuff to remember. Jim Ward. Rob Kuntz and Jim Ward. Anyway, Moradin, the Soul Forger.
Ooh.
Okay, he's the head of the Dwarven Pantheon.
So what's his deal?
His deal is his symbol is a hammer and an anvil. He lives in the seven heavens. His alignment is lawful good, and you are what? Neutral?
I'm neutral.
So what is the alignment of the one you picked?
It is lawful neutral, but it specifies, says worshippers align all alignments.
Okay.
So does it say that there? What the worshippers align with?
Other dwarven gods include Quasqueton, okay, which is the one you picked.
Yeah.
Doomthoin, but they list them in here, but they never give us any information about them.
And all the information's in here. Because Doomthoin is here and Abathor is there.
Roger Moore came along later in Dragon Magazine and fleshed it all out. Doomthoin, god of secrets on the mountains, and Abathor, evil god of greed, which Roger Moore actually tells us about. And then he expands, he has more gods.
Yeah.
So, okay, Moradin, the head of a fairly large pantheon. Interestingly, they're all greater gods. Every one of them is a greater god.
Yeah.
Greater
they're
god.
They're all greater gods.
Greater god.
On this page, we've got.
That's
on
a monster.
Yeah, but greater god, greater goddess.
They're all greater gods.
They're all greater gods.
That's an interesting thing about the Dwarven Pantheon. They're all greater gods.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm reading. Head of a fairly large pantheon. The exact numbers of this pantheon vary from clan to clan, so that just means some dwarves don't worship all the gods.
Yeah.
He created the race of dwarves from iron and mithril, forging them in the fires at the center of the world. The dwarves' souls entered their bodies when Moradin blew on his creations to cool them. That's cool.
Yeah.
So he's the father of all the dwarves.
Yeah.
Symbol in weapon is a huge glowing hammer. It gives you stats on that hammer, which we don't need to get into.
Mm-hmm.
The center of a shrine to Moradin is always the great ever-burning hearth and forge. That's cool.
That is cool.
So all of his temples have a hearth and forge in the center. Sacrifices, be they common or precious metal, are melted down at the forge and reformed into shapes usable by the clergy, the clerics of Moradin.
Mm-hmm.
NPC dwarven clerics can rise as high as the 7th level, though this usually takes hundreds of years. So we are going to stick to max level for demihumans.
Mm-hmm.
Players tend to not like that. But it's done that way on purpose because demihumans get all these advantages that humans don't get.
Yeah.
They get to live longer. They get to live longer. Some of them get to see in the dark. Some of them are better at, dwarves are better at construction, stonework, that kind of thing. They have an innate ability to be better at that. Elves are better at archery and finding secret doors. Halflings are better. I think they're better at archery too, and they're better at sneaking around and hiding. And they all live longer than humans. So we're going to stick to... Now, this book retains class maximums, level maximums for demihumans, except it extends them. It gives them... It lets them go a little further.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're going to stick to Player's Handbook rules for that. Okay?
Yeah. So for that, max level for a cleric is what, 7th level? Is that what you said?
Dwarven gods include... Non-player Dwarven clerics can rise as high as the 7th level.
Oh, but it doesn't say for player?
Because I think... Are Dwarven clerics in the Player's Handbook?
Yes.
They are?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, it says... Okay, so look in the Player's
Here
Handbook.
It says max for this dude is 12.
No. That's... He is a 12th level.
He is a 12th level. Oh!
Yes, he is a 12th level druid, a 17th level ranger, a 10th level magic user.
Okay.
Those are his stats.
Okay, so that's... Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Questions, thoughts? Do you want to stick with Clangeddon? He's cool. Or do you want to switch to Moradin?
I'm going to stick with Clangeddon.
Okay.
Clangeddon Silverbeard.
All right. That was easy.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to put this away because I don't need this at all anymore. Unless, do you have any other characters that need a...
I have 2 more characters that need deities,
but
they're human deities.
Okay, so we can put this away.
Okay, and I'm going to put this away as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're putting books away. Okay, putting books away.
Over there
I'll put it over here, huh? Okay.
Put that over there.
Okay. Over here. Okay.
All right.
I feel like the table's too far away from us. But okay.
Do you want to move the couch closer?
You're paladin. Done?
Okay. Paladin is done except for deity.
Ooh. Okay, and cleric is done. What's your other magic user?
Human magic user.
MU. What's his name?
Don't have one yet.
Okay. I don't care about that. Human. Okay. HDH. Okay. What's his alignment?
Neutral.
Neutral. We got lawful good, neutral, and neutral. All right. Where were we? Your paladin needs a deity.
Yes.
So some good deities that I like Foltus is a good deity. And actually, we're close to the Theocracy of the Pale. Foltus is a good deity for that.
Okay.
For a paladin, Saint Cuthbert is a good deity for a paladin. He's worshipped all over the flanaess, so it doesn't really matter. But there are some places like Valuna and Verbabank that are off this map to the west.
Okay.
There are some places where he's much more worshipped than others, but he's worshipped all across.
Saint Cuthbert.
Why?
Well, I don't know. What is he? Is he a lesser god?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's a saint
or a demigod. Let me look it up.
Yeah, it would make sense to be like a demigod because he's a saint.
He is a demigod.
Yeah. Okay.
No. He's okay. He's okay. So C means common. It means he's worshipped by people across lots of different cultures.
Okay.
Or just like the melting pot culture.
Yeah.
Right. So there were all these core cultures: Iridian, Sul, Backlunish, Flan. But now, in the time when we're starting, a lot of them have melting potted into each other, and they're just kind of common. And the language they all speak is common. And does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. He's so Saint Cuthbert, wisdom, dedication, and zeal.
And he's a lesser god.
He is a lesser god, and I like him because he's one of the first deities that was used in the original Greyhawk campaign, him and Foltus, that was created just for D&D. Before that, they were using Cthulhu, they were using Norse, they were using Greek gods, Zeus and all that stuff. So he's one of the early ones. And then Foltus, again, the center, the theocracy of the Pale, they worship Fultus. He is... where is he? He's a lesser god. He's Iridian and common, the god of light, resolution, and law. He's lawful, good, tending towards neutral. Okay. And St. Cuthbert is lawful, good, tending towards neutral. Again, that's where these books tend to differ, because if you go and look at them in this book, it might say lawful, neutral, and here it might say lawful, good, tending towards neutral. So there's some differences, but okay, those are two good options. What else is an option for a? So you're a holy knight. You're not a knight from a. Sorry, you're not a knight. You're a holy warrior.
Yeah.
Okay. To be a knight, you need to be knighted by a baron, a count, a duke.
Yeah.
You have to be bestowed that title. You are not a knight.
Yes.
You're a holy warrior. Okay.
Yes.
A crusader, sort of.
Yeah.
You're out crusading around for your deity, for your religion.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you could go. Okay, maybe I should just. Okay, so you're looking for a lawful good deity. Okay, so Fultus is a good choice. All right, let me just look at your greater gods. Let's just look at the alignments. Here's one that's Cord. Okay, Cord is chaotic good.
Yeah.
Athletics, sports, brawling. Lawful good, Rao. Interesting. That's a flan god, but who is also worshipped across, commonly, but originally was one of the flan gods. So it's a druidic god. They would know about Rao here in the Duchy of Ten, because it's a flan god. Peace, god of peace, reason, and serenity.
I kind of like that.
But can you crusade in the cause of peace and serenity?
That's like, I'm going to kill you for peace.
How do you imagine that? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, here we had the war to end all wars. Like World War I was like, yeah, we're going to war, but that way we don't have any wars anymore.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've done that before in history. Had this idea of we're going to kill you, that way there's peace.
That's more of a druidic thing to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Than it is. Yeah. So I would look at an Iridian god. Ula is common. Yeah, or unknown origin. God of hills, mountains, and gemstones.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
so
for
much.
a paladin.
Yeah, for a paladin.
I'm just looking at lawful good. All right, let's keep going down. Alator is also flan, ethics, and propriety. That makes sense for a paladin.
Yeah.
Lawful good, tending towards neutral. That's Alator.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm listening.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Okay, another lawful good is Deleb, which is Iridian, god of reason and intellect. Are you smart? Are you wise?
Am I?
Are you smart? Look at your intelligence.
I have an intelligence of 13.
Okay, that's pretty smart. That's way above average.
Yeah.
Okay, Deleb is the Iridian god of reason and intellect, and he is lawful good.
Okay.
Something to think about if you want to crusade for reason and intellect.
I kind of like that.
You're a dummy. I'm gonna smash you over the head with the flat of my blade because you need to follow Deleb. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah. Who's this guy?
Chivalry, honor, Hieronius. He's Iridian also. He's perfect. He's perfect for a paladin. Yeah, chivalry, honor, justice, and valor. He's Iridian, but he's worshipped commonly, so you don't have to be Iridian.
Hieronius?
Yeah, do you want to read his description?
Yeah.
That's a good...
that sounds like it would fit very well.
And that HI, that's another issue, is that They don't have descriptions of all the deities in here.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Hieronius the Invincible, lesser god, chivalry, perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Honor, justice, valor. Champion of rightful combat and chivalrous deeds, perfect for a paladin.
Yeah.
Likewise, the deity of those who fight for honor and strive for order and justice. He lives in the seven heavens, and he often goes around the prime material plane to aid heroic causes. There's a description of him. He's tall, has the power to create this and that. He often appears as a young boy, as a mercenary soldier, or an old man. He always wears a suit of fine magical chainmail. Yeah. Personal weapon is a great magical battle axe. What kind of weapon do you use?
I am using a Morning Star.
A Morning Star. That's cool too. But he uses a magical battle axe, which shrinks to 1/20th of its normal 5-foot length,
What?
or back to full size upon Hieronius willing such. Oh, so in other words, he can shrink his giant battle axe down to like a little tiny size and stick in his pocket.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not noticeable, it says.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, he can turn it into like a trinket to stick in his pocket. He can pull it out, and all of a sudden, whoop, he's got this huge battle axe.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. This describes his attacks. He throws bolts. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. All the powers typical of a lesser deity. Oh, he has an enemy. His brother Hextor is his enemy. Hextor is like an evil.
Who's right underneath.
War, discord, conflict, and fitness, lawful evil. So you could go crusading against Hextor.
Cool. I think I like this.
Okay, Hieronius, write it
All
down.
right, let me write this down.
Hieronius the Invincible.
The Invincible. Okay.
All right, you're sold.
Yeah. By the way, I just figured out the monitor. I had it muted.
Oh. Are we good? Like, we're
Yeah.
recording?
Yeah.
We're not going to run out of memory.
No, we're
the
good, we're
camera's
good.
not going to just suddenly stop.
We are good.
Okay.
We have been recording for 25 minutes. We're still recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move on.
We're good.
But, okay, is he done? Your paladin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paladin's done.
Paladin
Complete.
done. Cleric
Yes.
done. Dwarf cleric done.
Yeah.
Did you need some help with like weights or anything on that guy?
No.
Okay.
Not with. I think I finished.
Magic user doesn't need a name. Doesn't have a name. Neutral. And what do you need with him? There's a couple good gods for a magic user, but go on.
Yeah. So I need a deity, and then.
So Bakab is the god of magic.
Okay.
That's an easy one, and he has a follower who has also become a god, a demigod though, named Zagig. And Zagig, he's the crazy magic user that made. Are we okay?
Yeah.
Zagig is the crazy magic user that made Castle Greyhawk. It's like his weird place where he tests and when he was mortal, he built Castle Greyhawk, and then it fell to ruin after his whatever.
Yeah.
He went off to the plains or whatever, became people don't necessarily worship him though. He's not a good
Yeah.
one to worship because people just think he's an old dead magic user probably.
Okay.
But his boss is Bakab, who is the common neutral god of magic and arcane knowledge. He's
That sounds about
just
right.
the typical
How do I spell that?
Bakab, Boccob.
Boccob.
Yeah. He's the typical person that a magic user would worship. There are others, especially like if you're looking for somebody who's good, or like if you want somebody who's good, reason and intellect, Deleb is a good person for a magic user, and he's lawful good.
Yeah, I think the neutral works though, because I'm a neutral character.
Okay. I'm just kind of scanning
Yeah,
through. Music, knowledge, and daylight is Lydia. She's Sewell. She's neutral good, female. What else would make sense for a magic user? Hate, envy, and malice. Oh yeah.
And panic.
Yeah, and panic, the god of panic. Let's see. There's another one at malice. Beltar. He's Sewell. Let's see. I don't know. Anything else makes sense for a magic user? Yes, definitely there are other things that make sense. But I think you're good with Bacab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You were working out. You had questions about weights or something?
I think I got it. Yeah. No, I got the weights. I did not do spells.
Oh, let's do spells.
And I didn't do AC, but I'm not wearing any armor,
Right.
so
Let's
I
do
don't know.
spells. That's
That
something you would
seems
normally do with your dungeon masters. With your dungeon master.
okay.
I do not remember where it is, but it's towards the front, and I remember it's here. So hang on, I can probably scan through real fast. Get that out of my hand. Okay, definitely not here. Combat tables, no. Okay, what else do you need there?
My
Spells?
AC I haven't done yet, but I'm not wearing any armor,
So
I
it's a
don't know.
10.
Yeah.
Armor
Okay.
class is 10. Do you have a dexterity bonus?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's a 10. Oh.
Yeah, no dex bonus.
Ooh, combat missiles. Oh, this tells you how to do boulders. Cool. This tells you how to do boulders when giants are throwing boulders.
Cool.
Initiative. Okay, I need to keep going. There's a table, and I believe it's on the lower left-hand side of the page, so I just need to scan through and find it. Darlene artwork.
Oh,
This is Darlene who did the Greyhawk map.
very cool.
Isn't it, though? Man, she's so good. Okay, illusionist spells. So they put all this errata in here about spells that isn't in the player's handbook because in that year in between, people were kind of taking advantage of the way they were reading the rules for the spells. So he put in things in here like further information to sort of try to nerf what some of the trickier things that players were doing. And yeah, this is all. But there's expansions like the Glyph of Warding spell. It shows some glyphs. And, yes. Okay. Spell casting. Okay. It should be here. Here. It's right here. Okay. So you start with read magic. Write it down.
Okay.
First level spell. Okay. And you start with a total of 4 spells. So we need a D10. Okay. This is for your offensive spell. Roll a D10. Do you want the holy dice tower?
Yeah, I need the dice tower.
Okay. The holy dice
what
tower.
is it? Sorry, read magic.
Wait, we need music. Like choral music. I can't sing choral music. Oh man, this is stuck. Why is it?
It's got a little look. There's a little lip. It keeps it from.
All right, you're off camera.
All right. There's a little lip on here that it snaps into place and then it opens back up.
Okay.
It just takes like a
for your
tiny bit of
offensive
force.
spell, roll a d10. This is page, if you're playing along, 39 on the Dungeon Master's Guide. 2 is, that's a good one, Charm Person. Write it down.
Charm Person. All right.
Yeah, Charm Person.
Yep.
That's a very good one. Okay. Now a defensive spell, roll a d10. At 10, you get to choose from this list.
From that list.
Yep. Affect normal fires, which you basically can take a campfire and turn it into a bonfire.
Okay.
Or you can take a torch and make it flame up or something. Dancing lights, it's essentially a spell where you can throw some lights to distract somebody in a dungeon or something.
Okay.
Feather fall, very useful. If somebody's falling and you have this spell ready and you get it off, you can save somebody's life.
Okay.
Hold portal, you cast that on a door and the monsters can't bust through the door. Okay. Jump, I don't remember, but I guess it helps you jump. Protection from evil gives you some bonuses, not huge bonuses, but it gives you some bonuses if you're fighting against something evil. Shield spell, you throw up a shield spell and it increases your armor class. If you're getting into a fight, you throw your shield spell and you're harder to hit.
Okay.
That's especially useful if there's a lot of archers on the other side.
Yeah.
Spider climb, you can climb walls like a spider. Ventriloquism, you can throw your voice. Pick one.
Let's do to.
You rolled a 10, so that's choose.
Featherfall.
Featherfall. That's a good choice. But you have to have it memorized.
Yeah.
Okay. That means you have to walk around waiting for somebody to fall.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. One more D10 for a miscellaneous spell. 6.
6.
Mending. I don't know. Look it up. I don't remember what it does. Maybe you can fix our armor, our broken armor and stuff.
That would be nice since there's no blacksmith
Yeah,
or
I don't.
anybody in
Honestly,
town.
I don't remember what that does. It might be a healing thing, but I don't think it is. I think it repairs stuff. You got to look that up. You got mending.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
All right. That's it. I just need to come up with a name, but I'll do that off camera.
All right. And you're cool. What were we saying? You had some questions that we arrived at on encumbrance. Oh,
spellbook.
you were trying to figure out the weight for your spellbook. Okay, and the way spellbooks work, we were talking before the camera started rolling about encumbrance, and it's hard to find it. It's not in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
It's not. You should unbury that.
Yeah, hold on. Let
Just
me
put
reorganize
it in a
all
more
this stuff.
accessible place.
Handbook.
You don't need that. You can set that aside.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Just all this stuff.
Yeah, in the back of the Dungeon Master's Guide, there are some weights on things, but it just gives you a weight of like 20 pounds for like a metal-bound large book.
Yeah.
And then where did you end up finding?
I found. So, yeah, the large book was 20 pounds. In here, in OSRIC, I found a spell book. It said empty spell book under the equipment stuff for 5 pounds, and then you found.
Okay, and I said just go with that.
Yeah, that's what I put down.
And then I got this. This is from Footprints number 7. There's a zine produced by a website called Dragon's Foot. Everyone who plays this game knows Dragon's Foot. It's like the website for AD&D, but there's another one also called Knights and Knaves Ale House. Anyway, the zine, they produce a zine that's free to download on their website called Footprints. This is from Footprints number 7, and somebody has gone through and made a master encumbrance guide for AD&D. And this says that standard spellbook is, and this is in coins. So we're going to translate that to pounds. It's 450 coins. It's 4.5 pounds.
Yeah.
So this says 4.5 pounds. I don't know where he got this from. But this says 5. Let's just go with 5 for now.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. And this, I'm gonna stick this in my. This is very handy.
Yeah.
I wish I had this. Look, it's got weights for everything.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you're figuring up your encumbrance, the Dungeon Master's Guide only has a few things in it. The Player's Handbook only has like the weights of armor. I don't think it has.
Yeah, I looked. It's only
has the
armor.
weights of your armor.
Yeah.
And the Dungeon Master's Guide only has a weight of like 12 things or something. What?
And I don't think that even actually says the weight of the armor. I think it says what your mobility is wearing the armor.
It says like 20 pounds, 30 pounds.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
But you think it's a hashtag. It's not a hashtag. It's a pound symbol.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember. I briefly looked at it, but I moved on. I don't remember what it looks like in there.
All right. Do it. Should I find it where it's under movement?
I haven't looked at it at least
here. Normal gear, okay, about 25, and then that's a pound symbol.
All right.
It's
I know what it is.
Okay. Sorry, young people think it's
I know it's called pound.
Okay.
I'm not stupid.
Okay. No, it's the one in the Dungeon Master's Guide that says the weight.
That says.
Yeah, because this encumbered. Yeah. Okay. It's in the Dungeon Master's Guide where it says the weights of the armor.
Okay.
Yeah. This is useful though. It has how long different. So I wrote this on my sheet.
Yeah.
Because who can remember how long a lantern lasts? I can't. Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
In the past, I just wait until my DM says your lantern
I
burned
wrote
out.
it on my sheet.
Okay.
So I know that a torch lasts 1 hour, and I know how much radius of light it gives. I wrote it on my sheets.
All right.
Okay. You can have that. I'll set this aside. Okay. So that's your characters. We got 3 characters. Boom.
Yes.
All right. Should we do a segue into show this for a second.
Sure.
So this we're going to use to go along with this. We're going to start with this dungeon, which we've placed on our map.
I don't know where it is. It's not over on this side.
That's lost.
It's somewhere on that in that pile.
Under a pile of stuff. Here.
Yeah.
We're starting here.
There.
The dungeon. This dungeon is here. So I found this, and I'm going to use it. It's in Footprints 25, and it's a tower. It's the description of the tower over the artwork.
Yeah.
Gonna kill you. You're yawning.
I'm breathing, but I'm covering my face because I don't want it to pick up on my microphone.
It sure sounded like a yawn.
Okay.
Admit it.
Probably because I have my...
Admit it.
Okay.
Admit it.
All right, continue.
All
Go.
right.
I've been up all day, okay? You woke up at like 11.
No.
Let's go.
It's my day off, man.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying...
I woke up at 7 and then went back to bed.
Okay, I'm just saying I've been up all day doing stuff.
Are you cool? Are we in?
I'm cool. Let's do this.
Just like hit pause. And...
Let's go.
Okay. The Watchtower of Quasqueton. Yeah. So it's who's the author? Ken Marin. Thank you, Ken.
Cool.
Yeah. We're going to use that. We also have a couple of PDFs that I'll talk about later that are expansions for this, but I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay. Onward. And
at what point should we do comments?
Let's do it now.
Okay.
Let's do it now.
All right. Cool.
Comments.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the part where people are leaving comments on or questions or whatever on our videos. So we're going to respond here instead of responding by typing out a response.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What's it
Michael...
from? What video was it on? The one you're
Episode 4.
Okay, so we didn't get any comments on episode 1, 2, or 3.
No. Not in the past. Not
feel like
since
there was
11 days
I feel
ago.
like there was a new one on episode 3, but go ahead.
I mean, I'll check again, but I didn't see it.
Here.
Hold on. Episode 3. Newest was 12 days ago.
Okay.
Unless it's a sub-comment, maybe? No, there's no sub-comments on there. From Mark.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let me go back to episode 4. Okay. All right. From Michael Gross. Let me expand this. Okay. You guys make better videos while running on fumes and dealing with mental exhaustion due to technical difficulties than many YouTubers whose energy levels are 100% and have no technical difficulties. Smiley face thumbs up. As for the FGG site, I've been putting author names in as tags. However, we have over 500 titles, so it will take some time to do. As a help, DTRPG products have author credits by default, so they are more easily searched and searched there until.
Come to a stopping point at some point, because let's do one part at a time.
Okay, I'm like almost on with the sentence.
Okay.
All right. There until we get all author tags created at FGG. Hopefully that will be done by the end of this year.
Okay, so the first part, and sorry, Mike and the world, that last video, like we were doing this, and we know that we're recording it and we're going to throw it up on YouTube. We're really doing it for ourselves, just to play some D&D, but we lost like 30 minutes of stuff before we realized it, and then it didn't make any sense for us to go forward without redoing it, and it was horrible. Like, I hated saying everything over again when really we're just trying to play ourselves. And I had to go through all the rules stuff and everything for a second and actually a third time. I was in a really bad mood the last video, but I tried to get through it without.
Yeah, we're running with a lot of different things technically right now.
Yeah, and then we didn't know until the very end that Ethan's voice was getting all choppy with a new camera. It wasn't recording his voice, and we couldn't fix it, and we're not going to redo it. So we just have to take our lumps and move on. Okay. That Thank you for the compliment. Okay.
And then
The second part was, yeah, Mike, I don't expect you're going to get that done. In fact, I can't even believe you're working on it. Making your website, the Frog God Games website, searchable by author. Very cool. I'm just one person on the internet, and it sounds like you took my suggestion and you're running with it, which is amazing. So, but I hope it's worth the time. I mean, it's a business after all. It's going to take a lot of time to do that, and I hope it does help you with your sales. I just know as a consumer, I want to, and like you point out, I was well aware that I could search your stuff on drive-through by author. I was well aware of that. So that's cool that you're working on that, and I hope it's worth your time and it results in some sales, maybe a little boost in sales because it's easier for people to find what they're looking for on your website. Okay.
Yeah, and then he said, "Great stuff, guys. Hang in there." I say, sorry, winky face emoji. I say that because of the technical difficulties. They try my patience.
Yep. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. Zomara said, "Just wondering if you mind putting in the extra effort to add in the name of the booklets and resources you use for each video in the description box. I know it's asking for more work, but I, Rogue Trader TTRPG native, am doing my own solo AD&D 2E campaign in order to learn how to properly run the system, and it helps to watch you guys and learn how you go about things." Do you want to respond to that and then I'll continue?
So do you want to check the description and tell me what you see?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay,
So, yeah,
Zamara, the long story short is it's there in the description. Maybe you wrote that before you looked at the description, but in the description I list every single book that we show in the video.
Yeah, so in the description, yeah. So in the description, right after we list all the people whose comments we responded to, you listed all of the books.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put links to everything because it's just you can just Google it. It's so easy. Like somebody had mentioned to me about putting up a link to Midkemia Press's website, but it's an easy thing to Google. So I'd put up a link to Frog God Games because I was just really excited about Michael landing there and everything, and then I put up a link in episode 4 in the comments, but I cannot pin comments. YouTube won't let me unless I upload a picture of my government ID. I'm not giving YouTube a picture of my government ID. So as of right now, I cannot pin comments. So, but yeah, there's a comment on the last video for the deity base that I talked about in the last video. DM Prada's huge project of putting all the Greyhawk deities together. There's a link up for that. But right, okay. So
yeah.
What's his name? Zamara?
Zomara.
Hey, thanks, man. It is there. Go look. It's in the description of every video. I watched the video second or third time and just list in order all the books and all the resources that we're using.
Yeah, and Zmar also said, "I have also for the last 4 years been collecting a lot of the older resources. I've also been collecting non-D&D TTRPGs and having these generators help there as well."
So I just want to say there, a lot of the things that are not labeled for D&D from the 70s and 80s are actually for D&D, but TSR used to sue everybody back then and for a long time. So, I mean, and they had a trademark on the Dungeons and Dragons name, so they couldn't say this is for Dungeons and Dragons. Now, Mayfair Games came along, and they started putting out products saying suitable for use with advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and TSR sued them and lost because they also said, we do not own this trademark. We do not make any claim on this trademark. We're just making products for that game. In other words, it's like making an aftermarket rearview mirror for Toyota, even though you don't own Toyota. And that's what Mayfair Games was doing, and that's what a lot of people do today. Without getting into the legalities of it, a lot of the old stuff, it'll say for all fantasy role-playing games, or it'll say universal role-playing game supplement. that's almost always code for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I've also seen like the advanced game system and stuff like that.
Yeah, the more
or
modern stuff, it'll say first edition fantasy.
or like classic fantasy, so stuff
Yeah,
like that.
or lately people have taken to saying OSR, but OSR doesn't really mean anything anymore. So all the products that just say this is for OSR, I don't know. Is that 3 alignments? Is it 9 alignments? Is it 5 alignments? I have
Yeah.
no idea what OSR means. So
Uh-huh.
but so the modern stuff kind of whatever. But if it's from the 70s and 80s and it says all fantasy role-playing games or universal or something like that, it's a code word. It means D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Also said, thank you guys again for the wonderful and entertaining videos. It has been a great help for the last 2 weeks as I build a campaign world. I used Stars of Inequity and...
I'm sorry. Go back to... He said something about something... Go back to the very end of Zamora's comment.
I'm still reading that comment.
Okay, go back to
gotten...
the part that you read. He identified something that I didn't understand. Rogue Trader ttrpg native. I don't know what that means. A Rogue Trader tabletop role-playing game native. I've never heard of the game Rogue Trader. It sounds like a module from Traveler. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, maybe I'll look it up.
Yeah, sorry. It has been a great help for the last 2 weeks as I built a campaign world, used Stars of Inequity and World Builder's Guidebook.
Okay, hold on. I want to like. All right.
There's more to this.
I know. But this is in parentheses. So it has been a great help for the last 2 weeks. He built a campaign world using Stars of Inequity. I don't know what that is. And World Builder's Guidebook. Okay, I don't know. I don't know them, but that's cool.
Yeah. Got my starting village and a nearby city, and now my character is facing down his first dungeon, found using Village 1, generated using 5Es, and AD&D 2Es DMGs.
By Village 1, he means Village Book 1. I already put it back on the shelf.
Wish me luck. I will need it. Good luck.
Have fun, man.
Yeah. And
thank you.
Yes.
For chiming in. And yeah.
Also from Zamora.
Okay.
The next comment. I can explain the increase in viewers. YouTube put on the recommendations for D&D things about 2 weeks ago. I saw you guys and didn't click at first when I was researching AD&D domain level play. And then you popped up on my on my recommended feed with your second video having just came out, so I clicked. Glad I did.
Should we talk about YouTube for a minute?
Sure.
Okay, so this is so interesting. So what I was saying there was, and what he was responding to is, our third video, like 2 days after it came out, all of a sudden, boom, hundreds of views, like just huge spike. A couple days after it came out.
Yeah, what are we at now? Like 1,500 or something?
1,500 views, which is unbelievable. But I still don't know. It's still getting like 100 views a day. I don't know why. That video is doing better than the first, second, or I don't know why.
Yeah.
For some reason. Right. So maybe YouTube is just putting that up in front of people. But I've been watching the analytic. It's so interesting. Like, first of all, there are some things that are obviously incorrect. Like the analytics tells you, after a couple of videos, it tells you the age of your viewers. And according to the analytics, we don't have any viewers under 25. That is demonstrably false.
Well, I mean, I've watched some of those videos.
And your friends have been watching, and your cousins and...
My cousins?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Drop it. I'm not going to start naming names, but yes,
no,
I know for a fact.
Okay.
So it says nobody under the age of 25 is watching, but that's not true.
Yeah.
And then it shows stuff that's typical. Like there was a big spike around my age.
Yeah.
But then our fourth video, all of a sudden it smooths out. Like all of a sudden we get all these people in their 20s and 30s and 40s.
Really?
Yeah, it smooths out with our fourth video. It's really fascinating. I don't know why.
How many views do we have on it? Well, I can look.
Not very many, but
so we've only have 257 views on that video.
I'm just saying.
Yet it's even?
I'm just saying, according to YouTube's information, which we know isn't correct for a
Yeah,
fact.
that's true. Yeah, we do know it's not
For a
correct.
fact, after that fourth video, our age demographic smooths out.
Interesting.
And something else interesting happened. Up until our fourth video, we were 100% male viewers.
Yeah.
Fourth video, we got a couple women. According to YouTube. I don't know if it's accurate, though.
Okay.
I don't know if it's trustworthy, but according to... Welcome, ladies. According to YouTube,
Yeah.
we got a couple women watching since the fourth video. What else to say about those demographics? I don't know. It's fascinating. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we have a comment from Brother Allen. Greyhawk is back in 2024 DM guide. Yes.
Yeah, I was afraid of this one. Brother Allen, what is it?
Brother Allen.
Hey, Brother Allen, I got nothing but love for you, but I am not interested in anything Hasbro puts out for the Greyhawk setting. Yeah, I'm not interested in 6th edition. I can't even read the stat blocks. They don't make any sense to me. I've been playing D&D since 1980, and I looked at the 2014 Monster Manual, and I don't understand the stat blocks. It's not Dungeons and Dragons. It just has a name on it. So I got nothing but... I don't mean any disrespect. I've got no hate, nothing like that, but it does nothing for me. There's nobody, to my knowledge... I know a lot of people who have written for the Greyhawk setting, who, like, fans and professionals who've written for TSR and WotC and just done lots of really cool fan stuff for the Greyhawk setting. None of them work at Hasbro. None of them. Like, there is nobody at Hasbro who knows anything about the Greyhawk setting or has any involvement whatsoever in the Greyhawk setting. So it's worrisome. They put out a map, a Greyhawk map this year. I've looked at it. They've changed place names. Like the Rovers of the Barrens, they've changed to... I don't know. It says something else. It's not called the Barrens anymore. They've changed all kinds of The Sea of Medegia, they've changed to Medegia, but they've left the Theocracy of the Pale as the same name, and they're both theocracies. A sea is just a place that's ruled by a religious leader, and that's what a theocracy is. So why did they change the name of the Sea of Medegia and not the name of the Theocracy of the Pale? They've changed a whole bunch of names. I don't understand why on their Greyhawk map that they released this year online. And the previews that I've seen is that, like, they've changed the name of the Scarlet Brotherhood. I don't think they understand. They don't have anybody on their staff that knows anything about the setting. So it's just every time there's a new edition and new stuff released by people who don't know anything about the setting, it creates all kinds of issues where the lore doesn't match up. Here's another example. The Obsidian Citadel was from the original Greyhawk campaign, as dungeon mastered by Rob Kuntz, and the Obsidian Citadel was built by Gary Gygax's 8 of Gary Gygax's characters that he called the Circle of 8, or the Obsidian Circle, or whatever. They built a castle called the Obsidian Citadel, and they put it up between the Bandit Kingdoms and it's off of this map, but they put it up between, and this is all according to what Gary wrote in Dragon Magazine and other places, and also what Rob Kuntz confirmed. The Obsidian Citadel was in a certain spot, and after Gary left TSR, the people who were writing Greyhawk material didn't know, and they didn't do their research, so they moved the Obsidian Citadel to in the middle of a mountain range, which doesn't make any sense. And so to this day, the people who play Gygax Kuntz Greyhawk have the castle in one place, and everybody who plays a version of Greyhawk that's based upon a lack of knowledge of the setting have that castle in another place, and it creates all these. I mean, everybody should run the setting the way they like to run the setting, but I mean, when you've got like Hasbro is changing the names of places, then you don't even have an agreement among the fan community about what a place is called. You can't even have a basic conversation about the setting because you're using multiple names. It just gets really, really confusing. I'm as much as possible going back to the source because it's not confusing. There isn't decades and decades and decades of stuff. Now, some of the stuff that came out in the decades since is good stuff, but some of it is really messed up and doesn't make any sense. Like, here's another example. Bigby. Bigby is a Gary Gygax player character. Originally, Bigby was an NPC in the 3rd level of El Raja Key, which was a dungeon that Rob Kuntz created to DM Gary Gygax in the Greyhawk setting. Okay, you following me, Ethan?
Mm-hmm.
And Gary's character, Mordenkainen, came along in the original Greyhawk campaign, charmed Bigby, and then eventually won Bigby over until Kuntz gave him the character sheet and said, "Here, you can run this as one of your characters." Okay, so that's where Bigby's origin is, right?
Okay.
All right. And there was a book recently put out by Hasbro where they changed Bigby to a gnome. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So, again, it's not just Hasbro. Wizards of the Coast did it before Hasbro, and TSR in the later years did it also before Wizards of the Coast. The people keep coming along and changing characters and place names and things in the setting. That's okay, but when the IP owner publishes it, then people kind of tend to take it as canon, but the canon is all messed up. So I'm not happy that Hasbro is touching the Greyhawk setting. Okay.
I mean, with pretty much every fantasy world that I love, I've got my own headcanon that isn't, like, I mean, I love Star Wars. I've got my own headcanon for that. I love The Lord of the Rings. Well, actually, for that, I've got the canon that's in the books that I use, so fine. But any of the TV shows and stuff, I don't consider that canon, not that it would be.
Right.
But yeah.
It's just that when you get together as a community to have a conversation,
Yeah.
and you can't even agree on what the place is called, or whether the character is human or gnome, it's just so... It's destructive. It's not helpful. It's a destructive force.
I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Okay.
Thanks for coming by. What's his name?
Yes.
Brother Alan.
Brother Alan.
Brother.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and yeah, have fun. Next comment is from Norwolf.
Yeah.
Don't try to fit the judges. I think you meant to say judges guild, but judges build map into your land map. Just pick a size for the small hexes that makes sense, like 50 foot or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you very
advice.
much. Yeah. Thank you for watching.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it work for us.
Yeah. Thank you for commenting. Okay, those are all the comments.
Okay. All right. Character time.
Yeah. All right. Your characters this time.
Okay. So you take this.
Okay.
And you record.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And I've got, I printed out, and again, I don't know where this came from. It's on my hard drive. It probably came from Dragon's Foot. I don't remember. It's a marching order sheet. So after we figure out what our parties are going to be, because we have characters that don't jive. The assassin and the paladin are not going to the dungeon together. So we're going to have to go through our characters, figure out what our party is, and by the time we're done, I want to know what our party is that's going to go marching out to that dungeon.
Yeah. Also, we're gonna, if we're using a paladin,
yes,
we're gonna have to figure out.
We may leave the paladins behind, but go on.
Yeah. If we do, though, I'm saying we're gonna have to figure out what holy conquest we're going on that would cause them to go on an adventure with people who are neutral.
Hey, if the holy conquest is let's go make sure that no evil has taken root in that abandoned place. I mean, that's easy.
Okay.
That's easy.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
All right.
all kinds of reasons for a paladin to go.
Yeah,
adventure.
because it says in the DMG that there has to be a reason why they would go adventuring with.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's easy to come up with.
Okay. All right. Okay. Moving on.
Right? Like there could be evil in that abandoned fortress, and I better make sure that the good people are safe.
Okay.
That's a reason.
Yeah.
Right? Or there might be cursed artifacts in there, and I better go along and make sure that they don't end up coming back to society and hurting people.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, on and on and on.
I get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Lots of reasons.
Yeah.
But an assassin... Yeah. An assassin and a...
Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do we start? I got a fighter. None of my characters have names. Okay? So just put fighter, human. They're all human. H, human. Neutral, no name. What is there to say about them? Oh, okay. This is a little talk about I got to get into rules a little bit here, talking about the fighter. I use something that's contentious. No, I don't use something that's contentious. I'm going to.
Okay.
This is the wrong book. This is the contentious book. For fighters only, not subclasses of fighters, not rangers, not paladins, not any subclass of fighter. Only fighters, I'm going to use weapon specialization. You have a fighter? No.
No.
Okay. It doesn't apply to your paladin. It doesn't apply to my paladin, my ranger. All right, here's what that is. Because can I explain it to you?
Yes.
All right, so you know about weapon proficiencies.
Yes.
And if you don't, you only have a certain number of weapons you can be proficient in.
Yeah, and if you're not proficient, you take
a penalty. Okay. Yeah. Unearthed Arcana is where it was first printed in 1985, sort of. That's not true. It was first printed in 1982 in Dragon Magazine, written up by Gary Gygax.
For weapons proficiencies or for specialization? Yes. Okay.
Weapon specialization.
Are they the same thing, or are those separate? Okay, so
all right, this weapon proficiency goes back to original D&D.
Okay. So we're talking about weapons specialization.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Weapon proficiencies endemic to the games from the very beginning, even before the game.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're talking about specialization.
In other words, if you pick up a weapon, you don't know how to use it, you're going to take a penalty.
I understand.
That's okay.
I get it. Okay.
Here's what's new. Unearthed Arcana, first time in a rule book, weapon specialization.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I used the wrong term.
That's okay.
I'm only using it for fighters, nothing else.
Okay.
I'm not using it for rangers or paladins or any other subclass of fighter.
So because I don't know anything about this,
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Okay, yeah.
So the idea is, say you have 4 weapon proficiencies. Okay? So you can use 4 weapons without a penalty?
Yes.
Because you've learned how to use them?
Yes.
Weapon specialty lets you take 2 of your proficiencies and put them into 1 weapon. And get a bonus.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
And here's where that came from and here's why. And some people don't like it. They feel like it's overpowered.
Okay.
Okay? Here's where that came from, and that's why I'm using it. Why I'm using it is all about where it came from.
Okay.
That's why I'm using it. Otherwise, I would not use it.
Okay.
And I've never used it before.
Okay.
Never used weapon specialization before. It gives fighters, except they lose a proficient weapon.
Yeah.
Are you following?
I understand.
Okay, so instead of like being great at 4 weapons, now you're only great at 3 weapons. But one of them, you're specializing in. In other words, you're spending more time training in that weapon. You're a specialist in that weapon alone. Okay, and so it gives you some bonuses.
Yeah.
Where that idea came from is a man named Lenard Lakofka, an old friend of Gary Gygax's wargaming buddy. I'm not going to go into every detail. I could talk all night.
We've had many conversations.
But Len was one of the people who used to create for D&D in the background that didn't get credit for all the things that he did. Like, for example, people ask, why are there psionics in AD&D? Len talked Gary into putting the psionics into AD&D. That's why psionics are in here. Len and his players, Gary used to send manuscripts to Len, and Len would use it. He had 2 groups in Chicago, and Len and his players would playtest all this stuff that Gary was sending them, and then Len would send back feedback. And Len never got credit for any of that. But Gary did name a spell for some of his players, Nystel's Magic Aura. That's named for some of Gary's players, the Nystel family, who were playing in Len's campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Len helped Gary work out the spell listings for AD&D. He did a lot of things he never got credit for. Len came up with this idea because he felt that fighters are too underpowered. Okay, like everybody gets all these special skills, even like the subclasses of fighter, they get tracking skills, they get bonuses against giants, they get holy weapons and powers
Clerical
against
spells
evil
and stuff. Yeah,
but they're subclasses of the fighter archetype, and the fighter is just he gets
it's generic fighter.
Right.
Yeah,
but why would you want to play that when you could play a ranger or a paladin or right?
Yeah.
So Len felt like that. Plus, when they get up to higher levels, the magic users tend to run away with all the power. All right, Len felt fighters needed a boost in the game system, and he came up with the idea of weapon specialization. You take 2 proficiencies for a weapon instead of 1.
Okay.
Then the rules allow you to go a step further and do double weapon specialization, where you use 3 proficiencies on a
so
weapon.
you only get 2.
So it gives you huge bonuses. It gives you huge bonuses. So I don't have it all written down here, but I get
battle axe.
Okay. So So he's got a. All right. Anyway, I'm using weapon specialization for him. I've never done it before. I've never played with weapon specialization. It might be overpowered. Don't rage at me. This is an experiment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So for this example, though,
this is the guy who's barefoot and has no food.
And he's a fighter.
He is a fighter.
Okay. What? So he has a double specialization on battle axe, right?
Correct.
So what kind of bonuses does that give him?
With his strength, ridiculous.
So what's his attack bonus? Like what are we talking? What?
It's ridiculous.
Hold on, wait. I need to.
Don't say it out loud.
No, I won't. But I need to see this again.
If it makes you feel better, he has.
Hold
he has
on.
4 hit points.
Wait, can I hold on?
He has 4 hit points.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, that's cool.
It looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous.
I gotta bleep myself. Sorry.
Now you have to bleep.
Okay,
yourself.
I'm sorry.
So it looks ridiculous, but I'm gonna try it. So,
okay.
So Len, in 1982, he came up to Chicago with a whole bunch of suggestions for Gary about the game. One of them was weapon specialization. He felt like fighters needed a boost.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Only fighters.
Yeah.
I think this book allows it for subclasses. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Okay? Only fighters.
Yeah.
It is. It does look overpowered.
We'll see. Let's play it. Let's run with it. Let's run with it.
He has 4 hit points.
So does my magic user. Let's run with it.
Right. He has same
I know.
hit points.
I get it.
Right.
Let's run with it. Let's try it.
One thing might look overbalanced, but
so I mean, like if he gets hit, he's dead. But if he hits somebody else, then they're dead. So it's like,
which is the way a fighter should operate.
Yeah. All right. So cool. Okay.
He has split mail plus a shield plus a battle axe. I bought the best armor he could afford. And the battle axe is because it's really cheap in the book. All right, I'm going to put this away. Got that out of the way. It's the bonuses are ridiculous.
Okay.
The bonuses are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
His lowest stat is wisdom. It's an 8. Ooh.
That's pretty good.
It is really good. 16 dex.
9 total. All right, that's good. Good.
Okay, going through my. Okay, you got him down on the page?
I got him.
Okay.
Fighter, neutral, human.
Ranger.
Okay.
And I put player PHB. It's a player's handbook ranger, not a Unearthed Arcana ranger. I got a ranger. I always write down level titles. Did you write down your level title?
I didn't.
So when he does have a name, he's going to be Joe the Veteran because that's his level title. He's a veteran.
Okay.
Right? I like level titles.
Yeah. I usually write them down. I didn't, but I will eventually.
Yeah,
I'll get to it.
I like to. I don't like to say he's a fighter. I like to say he's a veteran.
Yeah.
Or he's a Myrmidon, or he's a hero,
Uh-huh.
whatever his
Yeah,
level
yeah.
title is, because I think in game, in character, that's how people are thinking of him. That guy's a veteran, and then what does that mean? He's a first level fighter.
Cool.
But that's, in the mechanics, that means he's a first level fighter. But from a role play perspective, he's a veteran.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so this guy is a runner, first level ranger, chainmail, longbow, spear, dagger.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, nothing exciting there. Because he's a ranger, I gave him Flan as one of his languages. He had +4 languages, so I picked Common, Flan, and Elvish, and I left one because I couldn't think of anything.
Now that I think of it, I think I didn't finish my languages, but I'll go back and.
So we should talk about that because there are languages in here. This seems super complicated, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, I don't know which book it is. Let me see if it's in the table of contents. Oh, here's the calendar. We are going to use calendar. We are going to track days. We are going to track time.
Yeah, my magic user has +7 languages.
I found it quickly with the table of contents. It's a miracle for an AD&D book. I just found something quickly with the table of contents. Okay. Okay, so you got Common, Sul, Flan, Backloonish, and Iridian. Okay.
Okay.
Some of these languages are only going to be spoken by like clerics or whatever, and then you got other stuff. The Cold Tongue, which is the language of the barbarians.
Mm-hmm.
It's a type of Sul language. Yeah. Anyway, we got languages here, and I use this to pick my languages.
Okay.
Page 16 of the Guide to the World of Greyhawk.
All right, I'll go back off camera and pick out languages for my characters.
So I did what made sense. So if he's a ranger, that means that he's druidic, because later on, at higher levels, rangers get druid spells.
Yeah.
So to me, that means that he's Flan, or at least has some connection to Flan culture. And so for one of his languages, I picked Flan.
Okay.
Now, Common is going to be spoken in most places, but the Duchy of 10...
might have
primarily Flan.
Yeah.
There's definitely people speaking Flan.
Yeah,
like the peasants are probably all speaking Flan.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I made, for some of my classes, I made cheat sheets. So I don't have to ever look at the player's handbook again. Let me see if I got it all in a one page. I'm so proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it shows at the top, real basic, +1 damage versus giant class monsters, and I listed out what all of them are. It's right here with my players, so I don't need to go digging in a book. Okay, it's all right here with my. Okay, I made a cheat sheet for the class. No more than 3 rangers may operate together. I just stuck that on there. I took all the information about the class and I boiled it down into one sheet.
Okay.
No hirelings or henchmen until 8th level. Can use all, and I did this by level. So, in other words, I don't have to look at this part until I get to that level. Okay, so at 10th level, he gets blah, 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 followers and henchmen. I don't need to look at that until I get to 10th level. It doesn't matter, right? So starting from the top, he gets a +1 damage versus giant class monsters. That's the top is the stuff right out of the gate I got.
Yeah.
Okay. And he gets an advantage on surprise. It's harder to surprise him. Okay, because he's
are we
ranger.
Doing individual?
I think not with surprise. Okay, this is a good question.
Yeah.
How are we doing combat?
Yeah, because I didn't put down any bonuses or penalties for
what?
What's it called?
Surprise, initiative,
Initiative.
combat,
Initiative. For initiative.
I would.
Okay.
It's very relevant.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
you didn't write it on your character sheet?
No, because we've
There's
never.
a spot for it.
Maybe I don't think I
It's
did.
under
'cause-
dexterity.
No,
It
because
says
I've.
reaction.
Okay, I've never played
Under
with.
dexterity, it says-
Did I?
Yeah, it says surprise.
Surprise.
So you're 0.
So I did. I
You
did.
wrote it down.
Okay, I did write it. But yeah, because I've never played with individual. I've only ever done party.
All right. Well, this is two
Initiative.
different things. So, surprise is two groups come upon each other. Which one is surprised, if either? Is
Okay.
one of them surprised? Is both of them surprised? Okay.
But if-
that's
but
before
if-
combat.
Okay, but if each of your players have a different thing for surprise, then does half your party get surprised and the other doesn't?
It's a good question. Here's how I do it.
Yeah.
That's a great question. So here's how I do it. I roll party. So our party comes upon a group of orcs.
Yeah.
We'll roll for the orcs. We'll roll for the party. Not going to roll for individuals. Not going
Okay.
to roll for 20 orcs individually
Yeah.
and see which orcs are surprised. Not going to do that.
Yes.
We're going to roll for groups. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if your group has a ranger, then you, or if your group has somebody who has some kind of bonus on
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 surprise.
being surprised,
Yeah.
then that's going to apply to the group. So it's beneficial to have.
So the
somebody.
idea is that like the ranger figures it out and then tells the rest of the group.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
You've got somebody who's in tune with nature.
Yeah.
You're out in the wilderness. Very hard to surprise.
Okay.
So if he detects something, he's going to hand signal, say something to the rest of the group.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right. And yeah. Same
Okay.
thing go with like a mixed group of monsters. Let's say there's one type of monster in the group that's surprised less often than the other types. We're just going to roll for the group.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
Cool.
So keep that part simple.
All right.
But initiative is different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So in AD&D, there are 10 segments in every combat round.
Yeah.
And things go in order.
Mhm.
You have movement, you have melee, you have ranged attacks, you have spell attacks, you have melee attacks, hand-to-hand attacks. Okay, they go in a certain order, and what segment you start on depends on how you roll your initiative. So the question is do you do group initiative or individual initiative?
Okay.
Okay. Most people do group initiative. I don't remember, honestly, I've played it both ways so many times. I don't remember if the rules say do this or do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rules say do individual, but I don't remember because you get individual, your dexterity can give you an individual bonus. So in other words, if you roll a 2, a 5, that means you're going on the 5th segment of the round.
Yeah.
If someone else rolls a 1, they're going on the 1st segment of the round. They have a chance to whack you before you whack them, or do something before you. But if you have a high dexterity, you get, say you have a +1 to your initiative, then that counts as a 4. So the only way to make that count is to do individual. You can't do it as a group.
Yeah.
You can't say, well, the thief gets an initiative, but what about the slow back guy in the back, who doesn't,
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm going to try to do it crunchy combat.
So we're doing individual?
Individual initiative, tracking segments. The tracking segments part is really painful. I've done it, and I have never found a quick, easy way to do it. It's painful.
All right.
Okay, because you've got 10 slots of segments, and you've got at the beginning of the round, you've rolled, and you've got to figure out where to put what segment everybody starts in.
Yeah.
And then once they do that thing, then you got to move them to the next segment. Okay? And you got to keep shuffling all that. It can be very painful. A lot of people bail on AD&D because they don't like, or at least the combat, and they go back to basic D&D combat because they don't like tracking segments.
Yeah.
It really slows things down. It's really painful, but it gives you really tactical combat.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you combat that makes sense, that the guy who's fast gets to go before the guy who's really slow.
Yeah.
Or the guy who's shooting a bow gets to go before the guy who's swinging the axe.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I was running for my cousins, I was using everything in my AD&D books except for combat. I was running basic combat because I just I was not prepared to run AD&D combat.
And we did that when I was a kid. I mean, we started playing AD&D, but then after the BX books came out, we started playing AD&D, but we switched to the simple combat.
Yeah.
And there's a game now that does that called Dragon Slayer that just came out. It's like AD&D, but it uses simpler stuff from BX, just like I did it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But starting out, at least, this is an experiment. I want to do a crunchy.
Let's go full crunch.
I want to go full crunch. I want to
kettle cooked.
I want to use weapon versus armor class.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kettle cooked. I want to use weapon speed. I want to do segment tracking.
Yeah.
I want to do individual initiative. I want to go super crunch.
Yeah.
And then, so like a combat might be painful. I don't know. Or maybe the first time a combat is 100% going to be painful.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Well, let's do it.
Yeah. We'll find out when I get a combat.
Okay.
We
so
might
your
just
reference
skate
sheet.
through this and just never fight anybody ever for years. No, that's not going to happen. All right. Yeah. So
we're just so diplomatically run into zombies, and we're just like, you guys don't really want to attack us, do you? And they just turn around and leave.
Right. We'll just never fight.
Yeah. Okay.
So I put down all of his tracking stuff. So again, I don't have to go looking in the book. And I put down his spell stuff, but it doesn't kick in until 8th level, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got this with my character sheet, so I never have to go, wait, stop, let me go flip open the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
I made a cheat sheet for the class. Some of these classes have like lots of little things about them.
Yeah.
So, okay, next guy up. Okay. My bard, but right now he's a fighter.
Yeah, I was reading that in, I think, the DMG or something about bards and how they start off as something else and then they become bard. Anyway, talk.
This is one of my few guys where I did not pick a set of numbers that has an 18. He does not have an 18. His highest is, I put it on his strength, it's a 17. He has a whole bunch of good stats, but he doesn't have any 18s. And he's got one 17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's slow.
He's slow.
What is movement? 6.
I'm looking for it on my character sheet and I don't see it. Okay, 6. Yeah. Okay. Why is he slow? Because of his armor, probably. Or he's carrying a lot of stuff.
He's got splinted armor. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's carrying so much stuff that it knocks him down.
He's carrying a lot.
Yeah.
He's carrying 100 pounds.
He had stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a sling, whatever, belt, boots, cloak, torches, tinderbox, rope, backpack, wineskin, 7 days of food, scimitar, splinted armor, shield.
Yeah.
I guess he rolled a lot of money. But he doesn't have any money left. He's got like 5 gold pieces left.
All right.
My fighter, though, barefoot, has no food.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what else is there to say about him? Scimitar and a sling. I don't know why I went with scimitar.
I don't know, that's cool.
Okay, I just noticed. Oh, I did. I wrote down specialization because he's a fighter. So I gave him specialization.
So are you gonna continue with that once he becomes a bard? Or?
The goal is, if he stays alive, he probably won't, but if he stays alive, so the way the bard class works in AD&D, and there are alternatives, but I'm using the ones from the book.
Yes.
You go to like, I don't remember, 4th or 5th level as a fighter, then you switch to thief, and then you go to X amount of levels as a thief, and then you switch to, and then after that you can switch to bard, in which case you start learning druidic stuff. So a bard is a really in Greyhawk is really a flan druidic situation, which is the same as it was historically. Historically, the bards. I'm not going to do my bard rant, but historically, the bards come from.
Do it off camera with me because I do want to know more about it. But continue.
Maybe I should do it. Okay, It's not my rant. It's not my full rant. It's just a short
just tell me about bards. Yeah.
Okay, the druids were the clerics of Celtic culture.
Yeah.
That were basically wiped out by the Romans. It's a long story. I'm just talking generalities. The Romans pretty much snuffed out Celtic culture
Yes.
over a period of centuries.
Mhm.
And the Druids were the leaders, they're spiritual leaders of that culture. Okay, the bards were the crazy guys who were like naked dancing around the fire, playing flutes, beating drums when the bards were doing their ceremonies. The bards were the religious zealots who would rush into combat, but they were also the keepers of the lore. They were the people who would everything was oral tradition, right? They were the ones who memorized the old poems and the old songs and carried forth. So they would sing the songs about some great ancestor warrior. They would sing the songs or recite the poem about one of their gods. And the Druids had thousands of gods. We only know of a few hundred of them today because we only know what the Romans wrote about them. But they had gods of trees. They have gods of the winds and the east wind and the north wind. They had gods of this river and that river, on and on and on. They worshipped a huge pantheon of spirits and gods. The bards were like the lore keepers. They were the ones who would, during the ceremonies, during the festivals, they would show up and they would sing the songs, recite the poetry. When the Druids were doing their thing, they were not the religious leaders, but they were the zealot followers of the Celtic Druidic religion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. And so in Greyhawk, that Celtic is Flan.
Okay.
The Druids are Flan. They worship the old religion. They're Druids, and the Bards take on, when they become Bards, when they stop being fighters and thieves, they take on the role of a bard that was the role of a bard in Celtic society, and they start learning Druidic spells.
Got it.
All right.
So they are inherently Flan in culture. Like
Yes.
they are. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
So
when you're first
his
of all,
deity is Beori, okay, which is
who's a
the
Flan.
Earth Mother, the
Okay.
Oerth Mother, which is a Flan deity. His deity is Pelor. Okay, that's Flan also. My ranger's deity is Pelor. Pelor is the Flan, the druidic god of light and life and growing things.
Okay, well that makes sense for
The god. Oh, I did not pick a deity for my fighter.
Oh,
Ooh, gotta do that.
naughty.
Right now he's agnostic. Okay, so we'll move on. He's effectively, I wrote bard in parentheses. He's not going to be bard if he survives. He's not going to be bard for ages and ages and ages.
Yes, yeah.
If he ever gets there.
Yeah. So I noticed this. I didn't do it either, but on our character sheets it does say from. Are you choosing locations from where your characters are going to be from?
So, yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that too.
Yeah.
I don't think
so I noticed you haven't done that. I haven't done that either.
I'm not planning on doing it.
Okay.
Right at the beginning. I'm just.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, but that's a great question because there's an answer. There are tables in here to roll up determining a character's place of birth. This is the glossography for the Guide to the World of Greyhawk from the 83 box set. Page, it says page 31. If you want to, you can go here and you can roll on these charts.
Ah, okay.
And it tells you the primary language of the place where you're coming from.
Okay, cool.
So if you have extra languages, you're going to start with common for your language.
Yeah.
But if you have extra languages, Backloonish maybe, or Flan, depending on where you come from. And where you come from definitely fleshes out your character.
Mm-hmm.
It says a lot about your character. Who you worship and where you come from says a lot about your character. It helps to flesh out a character in the Greyhawk setting.
I might do that off camera.
Page 31.
Okay.
All right. Of the glossography. There's 2 books.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Where am I? Oh, whoa, I made a bowman. No, it's an archer. So this is from, I'm going to pull out this is from here. It's from Dragon Magazine. It's a class that Lenard Lakofka wrote called The Archer. I've never played one. I've never played a game where one was being played, so it's an experimental character.
Okay.
There's no weapon specialization, but the class naturally specializes in bows, and so the class gets some bonuses for shooting bows. Other than that, it's pretty much just like a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why did I put... That's fascinating. I put his highest stat on strength instead of dexterity. I wonder why. So I made a cheat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty light. So when I write down my armor, 6 inches. So I can look here and see that's my maximum.
I'll go back and add that for my
And then
characters.
when I write down quiver, 20 capacity, but somewhere else I wrote arrows times 24, so I have a place where I can mark that off.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even...
So you're keeping 4 arrows somewhere else other than your
Exactly.
quiver. Yeah, okay.
He's only got a longbow. He doesn't have any other weapon.
No, oh.
I guess
For your proficiencies, you wrote longsword as one of them. But you're right. Under
Right.
weapons, he only has a longbow. Okay.
Right, I've only... Yeah, so I chose longsword and longbow, so I didn't have enough money to buy him a sword or a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a leather worker, secondary skill. I forgot to go through those, but I won't go back. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool. So I made a cheat sheet. I went through the article, the Dragon Magazine article. It's in Best of Dragon 3, but it's also in one of the other Dragon magazines.
Yeah. And you made a reference sheet.
I made a reference sheet, and it's kind of a cool class. I mean, plate armor negates class to hit bonuses. Oh, in other words, he can't wear plate armor.
Got it.
No class to hit or damage bonuses for short bow or crossbow. They only get bonuses for longbow.
Mm-hmm.
Plus additional +1 if he's using a magic bow or arrow.
Okay.
Fire rate becomes 3 per round at 7th level. Ooh, that doesn't matter right now, but normally the fire rate for bows is 2 per round.
Okay.
Can select spells from a magic user beginning at 7th level if intelligence exceeds 8. Does mine exceed 8? It does. Cannot read or write magic, so you can't pick up a scroll and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then this shows ranges and the bonuses that he gets at those ranges to damage and to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it. I went through the text and I put it here so it's easy to see. So
you still take...
So at first level, at short range, he gets a +1. At medium range, he's a -2
And a -5.
and a -5.
Yeah.
This supersedes what's in the rule books
Okay.
that everybody else uses.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wrote it here. Includes -2 and -5 to hit penalties for medium and long ranges. So I baked in the bonuses from the class with the bonuses and negatives for range from the player's handbook. I baked it all into one chart so I could just see it easily.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
What's the deal with this?
Short and medium range and long range below 16 strength. Okay, so above 16 strength, they get a bonus to their ranges.
So that's probably why you put strength as your highest.
That must have been it.
So you have an 18, I think, right?
I don't know. Sure. Yep.
Right.
So
you get a longer range.
So I put his 18 on strength. You had to give him a longer range, I guess. I don't know. They have bonuses to their ranges. So long range with a higher... If an archer class has higher strength, above 16, they get a bonus to their range.
Okay.
And then spells starting with... And that's it. I got it all on one page. That's all the little things that an archer class can do.
Well, wait, you get spells?
Starting at 7th level, they get magic user spells, but only up to 4. Starting at 7th level.
So you can't read or write magic, but you can cast spells? How does that work?
Right, so it explains it in there. You just basically, you've got a spell book, that you can read that 1 or 2 or 3 spells, but you can't ever
You
be
can't
a magic
read.
user and like get another spell and cast read magic on it. You can't ever do that.
So you're like limited to these spells,
Right, and you have to.
you cannot read any other spells.
And once you've got
you cannot
those
read any
spells,
other
you're
magic.
done. You're correct. Correct.
And you
And
can
it-
never,
and it-
and you can never like copy it from your
Correct.
spell book
Yeah,
to somewhere
no,
else. It's
can't do
just
that. Can't do that. No, this is a fighter that gets to
Yeah.
use, and it's a specific look.
yeah,
Specific
see it.
spells. So at 7th level, magic, missile, and shield. Those are the
Yeah.
only 2 spells that are possible for them.
yes, yeah.
So
I
they got to go to a
understand.
magic user to get a magic user to teach them those spells.
Not to teach them, but to write it in their book.
Whatever, but
Okay.
they're never ever gonna cast Charm Person ever.
Yeah.
They're never
Okay.
gonna pick up a scroll and use it.
Okay.
Okay, but this doesn't start until 7th level. If any of these guys make it to 2nd level, it'll be a miracle.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. I
mean, we're also walking into a dungeon probably
had
with
a
like
player-
12 people.
I had a
so.
player's upset. He's like, my elf can't go past whatever level in fighter class, and I said, well,
What's
you're
the
probably
chance
not
it's
even
gonna
going to
get
survive
there?
to 2nd level. Why are you
Yeah.
worried about it? Like, to get to whatever 7th level, we're going to have to play for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So why are we in session 0 complaining about something that's probably never
Never
going
gonna
to
happen.
happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but if
and also
yeah.
just because you can't level up doesn't mean that you can't continue.
There
you
is
know,
a workaround. The demihumans can level up forever in the thief class.
Mm.
So if you multi-class with thief,
Oh, then you can continue.
you can
leveling
continue
up. Okay.
leveling up forever.
I mean,
There's a
yeah.
workaround.
Okay.
But when you're working multiple classes, you level up much slower because you have to spread your experience points out among
Across
all those classes.
multiple yeah.
So
okay.
you're nerfing yourself in leveling up by doing a lot of different classes.
Yeah.
But there is a workaround. There's no limit to thief skill. Okay.
Cool.
We good?
Yes.
Okay. You got that written down. Archer.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Last thing I got was the ranger.
Archer neutral.
Okay.
They're all human. The next one. Oh, I made a bounty hunter from Dragon Magazine. There's 2 of them in and I don't know. I didn't write down which one it is.
Okay.
There's 2 of them in Dragon Magazine. I wrote.
Careful.
I can't reach over there. I can't reach. I think it's in Best of Dragon 4. I can't reach over there to grab it because the cord on my headset.
All right, what do you want me to grab?
No, it's not that important. I think I have a copy of Best of Dragon 4 over here. I don't see it.
Okay, whatever. Oh, careful.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we working? We're working. So, okay. So it's a bounty hunter class. It looked interesting. I've never run one, so I made one. He worships Saint Cuthbert. He's neutral. Okay, so bounty hunter, neutral.
Yep.
Got it?
Yep.
He's got a footman's mace, and that's all he's got.
Okay.
Oh, and I wrote down, and I made a cheat sheet for him.
Okay.
So one of the things that the bounty hunter class has
Yes.
is a chance to knock out an opponent on a hit.
Yeah.
So at level 1, if the opponent is 1 hit dice, he's got a 50% chance of knocking him out.
Do you have to be actively trying to knock them out for this to like happen?
Yes.
Or does this just happen like?
I would roll yes.
Okay.
I would roll yes.
Got it. That would make sense.
And I think you have to have, it says blunt weapons only.
Okay.
And it says unconsciousness lasts 2d8 turns.
Got it.
So that's all baked into the rules for the kit class. Yeah, and I have it on my sheet. Okay?
Okay.
All right, moving on. Oh, but there is a chance to accidentally kill a knockout victim.
Mm.
So if you do knock someone out, you have a 50% chance for a 1 HD opponent. Then from level 1 to 7, there's a 20% chance you'll accidentally kill him. I mean, the idea is you're a bounty hunter. You're trying to capture somebody.
Yeah. But you're not that good at it yet.
Yeah, there's a 20% chance you might kill him on accident.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops.
Well, there's only a 50% chance you'll knock him out in the first place.
Yeah.
And then that's only first hit dice, 1 hit dice
Yeah.
opponents. If they're more powerful opponents, it becomes harder and harder to knock them out.
Yeah.
Anyway, there are rules there. I made a cheat sheet for it. Okay, got it? Bounty hunter? Got it. Human? Magic user. Prestidigitator. I love that level title.
That's cool.
Prestidigitator. It takes a while to learn how to pronounce.
Prestidigitator?
You did it. Prestidigitator.
I think all this time when I've been reading that, I think I say prestidigitator in my head.
Yeah.
But it's prestidigitator?
Prestidigitator.
Okay.
Yes.
Prestidigitator.
You did it. You said
Yeah,
it.
okay.
All right, he's got a dagger. What are his spells? He's got read magic, magic missile, protection from evil / good, and right. The opposite of protection from evil is protection from good.
Cool.
And right. He's neutral. He worships Bacab. Language is common. Is the only language I wrote down.
Do you have bonus? Oh yeah, you have +7, like my magic user does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't write down languages for him either, so I'll do it later.
So his secondary skill is Fisher. And I've got height, weight, languages. I also wrote down, I don't know why I wrote it for him and not anybody else.
How many resurrections?
Yeah, so he's got a 12 con.
Yeah.
That means he can only be resurrected 12 times. I wrote resurrection 0 out of 12, so I can tick off his resurrections. But the chances...
Assuming that he gets dragged back to a place where he can be resurrected.
Right, but nobody resurrects a first level character. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I actually wrote
also, I don't think there's a place near us where we can get a character resurrected.
Correct.
There's no temples or anybody. Yeah.
We need to randomly roll something cool. Like as we're hex crawling, we need to randomly roll something
like
cool.
Accidentally roll
a temple that's going to have a high level cleric that's going to be friendly. We need to find, and that's kind of, I'm okay with that because it's like there's some exploration we're baking into this.
Yeah.
There are things we have to find. We can't. We're not just placing them on the map.
No, I agree. I agree.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I bought him 4 daggers. He's probably got a bunch of money.
Cool.
Yeah, he's got 4 platinum pieces and 23 gold pieces left over. So to save weight, to save weight.
I should have done that.
Yeah, you can still do it.
Okay, I'll do that. That might raise my movement on some of my characters.
So one of the things that weighs you down the worst is coins.
Yeah.
10 coins to a pound. So do you know the best way to carry around wealth in D&D?
What, gems?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can carry a gemstone. It's worth like 5,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And it hardly weighs anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you just, right, so, I mean, so I just, So, okay. So
you can like sew it into your tunic.
I transferred his gold pieces to platinum pieces to save some weight. So he's got
but the only problem is if you get a 5,000 coin gold GP gem, then you can't just like go spend that in the tavern. You got to take it to a jeweler and cash out, and then you got 5,000 GP, and then I mean,
Then you got to work it out. Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to keep it?
Exactly.
How are you going to carry it around?
Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's part of the game.
Yeah. So it's not. Yeah.
You can't just figuring out resources are part of the game. Exploration part of the game. Resources part of the game. Absolutely. Okay. You got them written down.
The magic user, yes.
All right, neutral. Yep. Okay, illusionist. He's got daggers. He's got some spells. He's neutral. He works.
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. I picked Zagig. Interesting. So Zagig is kind of a crazy. He's not evil, but he's...
Well, I mean, he is your character's chaotic.
Yeah, I think I picked chaotic because I want him to be kind of mischievous. Like he's using his illusions to be a pain in the butt.
Mischievous illusionist. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, makes sense. Like
you don't use illusions to do good usually.
Yeah.
You use illusions
like tricking
to fool
people.
Yeah. So I made him chaotic.
That's cool.
Sounded chaotic.
Yeah.
Oh, did you write that down? Chaotic.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Zagig, zipping through spells, wall of fog, phantasmal force, gaze reflection. They don't have to do read spells. Illusionist magical writing is different than magic user.
Oh, okay. But it's a subclass, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They still need a spell book. Do I have a spell book? Yes. And I wrote down weight 5, so I probably took that from OSRIC.
Yeah.
And I wrote down level 1, so it's a level.
I also, I put level 1 on mine too.
Okay. So he's got a lantern with oil flasks ×4, So here, his lantern, I wrote it's a bullseye lantern. It has a radius or a range of 80
Of
feet.
80 feet.
So I
yeah.
wrote that on my character sheet, so I'm not constantly looking in the
Yes. Yeah.
book. Okay. I just want to avoid looking in the book as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, cleric. Why is this so thick? Okay, and now so that's all of my fighter types.
Mhm.
Oh, and magic user types. Magic user and illusionist. That's it. There is an alchemist. I didn't make one. There are
Okay.
other options. I didn't make them. There's a
Yeah.
warlock that's in a couple third-party supplements. I didn't make one.
There's one in. I think there's a warlock in. What's it called?
I don't know.
Conan Hyperborea, isn't?
Oh,
isn't there
in
a warlock in
Hyperborea?
Hyperborea?
So let's
I
talk about
think
that
so.
for a second. I would love to, and I haven't done it.
Uh-huh.
I would love to use some of the Hyperborea subclasses.
I might roll up something.
Not spellcasters,
Cool.
because then that's
Yeah, it's a little complicated, but like a
completely
barbarian
different
or
spell
something
list.
would be cool.
But yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm going to use as a barbarian, I'm not going to use the
I think
one.
that I like the Hyperborea
Yeah,
one.
the
It's cool. Like I
Hyperborea-
was reading it a while ago.
Right, it's not
cool.
overpowered. It
Yeah.
follows the same rules as AD&D.
Yeah.
It's balanced really well. It's really well written. The barbarian that's in here is none of those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of those things.
Yeah.
It's overpowered. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I would. All right, that's on my wish list. I want to use the non-spellcasting subclasses
From Hyperborea.
from Hyperborea and use them, but I didn't do that. I mean,
Yeah,
I've got
okay.
enough already.
Yeah. We
Okay.
have a ton of characters.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
Human cleric worships Saint Cuthbert. Saint Cuthbert, for his clerics, have 3 different orders, and the different orders get different stuff. They do different things.
Okay.
He's Order of Chapeau. Oh, and I put down where he's from: Mitric and Valuna. The archcleric of Valuna worships Saint Cuthbert, so that's probably why I put that down. Languages: Common and Old Iridian. I don't know why I picked that. Yeah, 18 wisdom. Yeah, spells doesn't matter. Oh, because he's a cleric of Saint Cuthbert, he gets at 3rd level. He gets 1 additional shillelagh spell at 3rd level.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a magical club.
Okay.
Or I don't remember. Or it gives a bonus to your club or something like that.
Okay.
His weapon is a footman's mace.
Yep.
Saint Cuthbert is this guy who's like, he'll bash you over the head if you misbehave kind of good deity.
Got
And
it.
his clerics are the same way.
Okay.
And I went to the deity base and I printed up.
You got photos and stuff.
Yeah, there's Saint Cuthbert. He's known for wearing a floppy hat, so a lot of his clerics will wear floppy hats.
I like floppy hats. That's cool.
This is a spell that's, I don't know, apparently only for clerics of Saint
Big
Cuthbert.
wheeling? Okay.
There's a specific spell list starting at 3rd level for Saint Cuthbert clerics.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm missing something here. Is there a page I went by? Anyway, I attached all the St. Cuthbert stuff to my character sheet. Here's a description.
Yeah.
It's just like how his clerics operate. Yeah.
Okay.
And the chapeau. So he's chapeau. So
Yeah.
okay. Got that? Cleric,
Yes.
you got it written down?
Yes.
You got the alignment?
Lawful neutral.
Okay. Druid. He worships Biori, the Oerth Mother. She's the head of the Flan pantheon, the old faith. Human druid. He has a spear. He has a whole bunch of darts, and there's nothing else remarkable about him. Speaks Common, Druidic, and Flan. Druidic is an actual language in the game.
Okay.
I've got the information from Deity Base about Biori.
So it's like thieves can't kind of thing.
Huh?
So it's like thieves can't.
It's a language only druids speak.
Yeah. Like thieves can't would be.
I guess.
Like that an equivalent.
Thieves' cant to me is like the language of the street, but it's also like hand signals. It's like slang that only like thieves are gonna speak amongst themselves.
Okay.
It's their way of saying there's 2 guards over there without anybody else except for the thieves knowing that there's 2 guards over there.
Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's how I see thieves' cant.
Got it.
It's like the language of the street.
But also like
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So druidic is just going to be nothing like that.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
different.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about him. Okay, you got
Okay.
him written down. Oh,
Yes.
I got down that he's from the Duchy of 10. So this is home.
So he's cool. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I did write down some origins. Next one, monk, and I wrote in parentheses, player's handbook monk. There is a monk in here in Dragon Magazine that honestly is better.
Okay.
It just makes more sense than the one in the player's handbook. They're both good though, and I made the one from the player's handbook, and so I wrote down in parentheses PHB. Maybe later I'll come along and I'll do a monk out of here.
Okay.
But he worships Zuoken, which is a Backloonish deity of like I don't even remember, but like mind over matter and martial arts, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, yeah, his open hand weapon I wrote down under as part of one of the weapons, and he's carrying a quarterstaff. I don't think they get any armor. His armor class is 10. They don't get to wear any armor. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
There's not much to say about him. He's got some food. He's got some clothing, a robe, a belt, a quarterstaff. That's it.
Makes sense.
3 gold pieces and some change. Oh, I wrote down his special abilities. His open hand, he has a chance to stun. He gets to save. When he gets attacked with missiles, he gets to do a save versus petrification. Because apparently monks are good at dodging missiles. And 0 damage taken if any saving throw is made. So,
Cool.
All right. So, moving on.
Yep.
You got a monk. You got it written down.
Got it.
Alignment. Lawful good.
Yep. Got it.
Okay. Moving on. We're getting to the bottom of the stack. Thief. Yep. Human thief. Okay. Now we're on to thief classes. Am I unplugged?
We're good.
Okay. I have a cord running across Ethan's lap, and he keeps pulling on it.
I'm trying to write without touching it.
We're using headsets so that hopefully we don't have the problems we had last time. He worships Rudd, and I don't remember who Rudd is. I think Rudd is like a god of chance or a god of greed or something like that. He's neutral. I don't remember who Rudd is, honestly, off the top of my head. Huh?
Paul
Rudd? Oh, he worships Paul Rudd.
Yes.
Ooh. 100% of the time, it works 60% of the time. Or wait, 60% of the time.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
It works all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
What's it? Panther something?
Panther musk something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That smells like gasoline.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It smells like gasoline.
Yeah.
Okay. He worships Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Let's see. Whatever. Studded leather armor. Okay. Some DMs don't allow studded leather armor for thieves.
Yeah.
I apparently do because I wrote it down on my sheet.
Okay.
I'm listening.
I was reading and watching some stuff about medieval armor, and studded leather was like not really a thing.
I know.
Yeah.
But it is in the game, and we have pictures of it.
Okay. Yeah, because like there's a lot of armor types in this.
I think they needed a type of armor to put in between leather armor and the next armor.
Yeah, I mean
so they came up with studded armor.
There is studded armor, but it's not really made of leather. It's more like some padding with like studded metal, and then more padding. It's more cloth than leather.
Right. So that's what this is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just looks cool when you draw fantasy leather studded stuff.
But that's what this is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So the question always in AD&D is, does the DM allow studded leather armor for a thief? Because a thief is supposed to be lightweight, sneaking around. Not supposed to be wearing heavier armor. And
Yeah.
well, apparently I allow it because I wrote it on my sheet.
Okay.
So, longsword and sling, whole bunch of sling bullets. You got his alignment is neutral. He worships Rud. Not much else to say. I picked Common and Thieves' Cant for his languages. Yeah, not much to say. I mean, if you look at his thief skills, they suck. He has a 0% chance of read language. Climbing walls, 85. Picking pockets, hearing noise, 10%, which is funny because in the DMG, everybody has a 10% chance to hear noise.
Really?
There's nothing special about a first level thief.
That sucks.
In the DMG, every character has
Yeah.
a 10% chance to hear noise.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, better go him to second level so he actually has a bonus.
Yeah, I don't even remember if it goes up at second level. But
Oh,
yeah.
well, good luck.
Picking locks 40%. I mean, your starting thief skills are just trash.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets a experience.
It's an incentive to keep him alive and level him up.
Did you keep track of whether or not you have an experience bonus for your?
I didn't. I need to go back and do that. Yeah.
So for him, he's got a 10% experience bonus because his dexterity is high.
Yeah, I think most of mine will have bonuses because they have... I think all of them have 18 for their prime requisite.
I did not... Oh, I guess a monk does not get an experience bonus. I didn't write anything down on the monk.
Okay.
Oh, and I wrote down his backstab just so I have it on my sheet so I don't ever have to go look into the book.
Yeah, that's cool.
And what else? I don't know what else. It's got yeah. Okay, thief.
Now we get
Did
into
I put down where he's from? No, he worships Rud, and I don't even remember who Rud is.
Get into the tricky stuff.
Assassin. Lawful, evil, and here's how I imagine that.
Yeah.
He's an assassin, murder for hire, but he works by a code. Like a no women, no children kind of thing. Like he won't take contracts from just anybody to do just anything. Like he's picky about what contracts he'll take. So he's lawful evil. He works by a professional code.
Yeah.
But he's a murder for hire guy.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
What you're thinking?
I put down A for a class up here, and I don't remember what it is, but it's definitely not assassin, so I put AS for this. Now I'm trying to remember what... Archer. Okay.
Just write it out. I wrote the other ones out.
Yeah, but then you just started putting MU,
because I left the
F.
names out. Oh, well, MU is magic user.
And then you put F instead of fighter. And okay, oh, whatever. I'll go back later and make this
okay,
pretty.
write down on
It
this
doesn't
one.
matter.
Assassin, write ass.
I wrote ass. That's what I wrote. I wrote AS.
Okay, he worships Istis. That is the goddess of fate. I thought that would be cool.
That is kind of cool. Although, like, he's changing people's
And I think
fate.
she's back Lunish, if I remember right. In fact, I'm 100% sure she's back Lunish.
But isn't your assassin, like, changing someone's fate by killing them?
Well, maybe...
Or maybe he's fulfilling their fate.
is to die. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like, okay.
If I kill them, that's their fate.
It's kind of a psychotic thing that's like, I'm...
Well, he's an assassin, so that goes along with it.
Okay. All right.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
His secondary skill is Trapper Furrier. And I roll those randomly. Let's see.
Okay.
What's my secondary skill here? None. Oh, I rolled none. My thief has no secondary skill.
Yeah, I have to do secondary skills. I did not do that.
My
either.
thief has none.
Mm.
This guy's a Trapper Furrier. Okay, there's one I'm missing. Hold on, I gotta take my headset off.
That's fine.
All right, you talk to the people.
All right. What are you looking for? The book that has the thing with the thing is what he says.
Like this, but it's silver.
It's like that, but it's silver. Okay. All right. Well, while he's... Is it there? I don't know. He finds it. It has been found. Best of Dragon.
Okay, this is the unfinished... Am I
Volume
back?
6. You're back.
All right. This is the unfinished character.
Mm.
No, not a jester. I did not make a jester.
not the jester.
I'm tempted to, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
There are several jester classes. So Gary said that he was working on 3 more classes, the Savant, the Jester, and the Mystic. But he got booted from the company, and so it never happened.
Got it.
There are some people there's Roger Moore, but there are other people that have come back and tried to make those 3 classes as they believe Gary intended. But there's several versions done by several people. I didn't make one. Okay, the duelist. No, this is the duelist. And it's very interesting. I have to make a cheat sheet for him because this is just a blank sheet. I have to make a cheat sheet for him. He's not done. Oh, he doesn't even have attributes
or alignment.
He's got nothing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So forget him. I was intending to make a duelist. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Okay.
But I have to actually be in the mood to sit down and do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's part 2 of characters.
All right. So let's. Where's that sheet that shows marching order?
Right there. Okay, so you got single file, 2 abreast, 3 abreast.
Sorry, I just want this close enough I can see it.
That's
I can't
fine.
see it over there.
That's fine. That's okay.
I really wish you had written down.
Do you want to pause and I'll rewrite all this out and then we can hit play again?
What's AR? Archer?
Archer.
All right. I want to work out. Okay. So, characters that can adventure together.
Yes.
Okay. Paladin. Edmund.
Yeah.
And then Paladin, no name.
Mm-hmm. Honestly,
Ranger.
See if I wrote your...
What?
I don't even see that I wrote your paladin down. But whatever.
You didn't write my paladin.
I don't see it. I wasn't doing a good job. I'm sorry. I was distracted.
All right, stop. Ranger. Yes.
Fighter.
I don't see it.
Ranger. Archer. No.
Okay. Human. I'm writing bard.
Okay.
No. Fighter. Bard in parentheses.
Okay.
All right. He's chaotic neutral. What else was missing? Archer. What else was missing?
Your paladin.
Paladin.
Bounty hunter. I
Where
got...
is my paladin? Did I not have a paladin?
I don't know.
I didn't have a paladin.
I thought you made one.
I thought I did too.
Okay. So it really wasn't my fault.
All right.
Although I missed the bard. Okay.
Ranger. And you missed the ranger.
No, the ranger's right there.
What the heck? Where did my paladin go? Amazing. Maybe I forgot. Okay.
All right.
No, I'm sure of it because I had to roll 2 pages of numbers, 3 pages of numbers just to get a paladin.
Did you actually put it on a character sheet?
Yeah, it's not here in the stack.
Okay. We'll find it later.
All right. So, okay. Good. Who else is good? Magic user? My monk.
Yep, monk.
Monk, because you couldn't write monk. You had to write M.
I was... Whatever. I will go back and make this pretty if you want. It's not important. It's just a list of our characters.
All right, because I want to know who our parties are.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. I want to know what we're rolling out with.
Okay. I understand.
And we have some characters that can't go together.
Let's do it.
All right. So the monk, duelist, you didn't put down an alignment.
You didn't put down an alignment.
I
It's
didn't?
not on the sheet.
Really?
Yeah. A duelist is in the. It's in
Oh,
the
he's
book.
not done. Okay,
No,
so
he's
scratch
not done.
that.
Your duelist
Scratch
does
that.
not have an.
Yeah.
You didn't put anything there.
Okay, so he doesn't even go on the list.
Yeah.
He's not done. He's
Okay.
not going on the list. Okay, those are the good guys. Bad guys, just the assassin?
Yeah. And then you've got that chaotic. Your
What?
bard is chaotic. Okay.
Cleric is chaotic? Is that an L or a
Your
C?
illusionist is chaotic, and your
This
bard
an
is chaotic.
L.
That's an L.
Who's chaotic? Illusionist?
Illusionist and bard, it looks like. Or
Okay.
was that chaotic? I didn't write that down. You wrote that down. You wrote down your board.
Okay. Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic, okay.
He's a bard, man. He's chaotic.
All right.
Okay, these are the good guys. This is the bad guy. The bad guy, the assassin, an assassin works in secret.
Yeah.
Nobody knows he's an assassin, except for the people that hire that he goes to for a job.
Yeah. So, but then the other thing is if he's adventuring with us, why would we just let some random guy who we don't know who he is? Like, if he's not even going to tell us what his profession is,
well,
why
he's
would
going to have
we...
something made up. It's like a it's like a ninja in Japan.
Okay.
Okay, at night they're wearing black, they're sneaking around. During the day they're like selling brooms.
So if he's like,
yeah.
So what would he say? I'm just a fighter? Is that, I mean, because...
Right. Maybe he would, I don't know.
Because, I mean, like, he can't just, if he's like, I'm a farmer, but then he's killing people with, like... I mean, he could pass for a thief until someone asks him to pick a lock. Can he do that? Does he have thief skills? I don't know anything about the assassin.
Yeah, but they're horrible.
Okay. Well, he could say he's a first level thief, and then it makes sense that his thief skills would be horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. He's down here by himself.
Okay.
All right. So theoretically, everybody else can go along the first time.
The first time, everybody can go along with the paladin. But then after that, unless they're good,
we're dropping out the paladin.
Yeah. I mean, we don't even have to start with the paladin.
We know the assassin is out. So everybody else is in?
Yeah, I mean, we can roll with everybody, pretty much. Yeah, and I mean, we can roll with the paladin once, or we can leave him out for now, bring him in another time.
Okay. Who's in the front row? We're walking 3 abreast. Who's in the front row?
We've got lots of fighters.
Okay, what do we got? We got a paladin.
We got a paladin. We have
a fighter.
We have
a ranger.
Yeah. We've got
a bard fighter. Okay.
Yeah, bard fighter.
Do we just go by armor class? All right, I'm going to put my fighter in the center. My axe swinging maniac.
Okay.
Okay. So fighter.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out what this party looks like.
Are we running with the paladin?
Okay.
Are we? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got an AC of 3.
Do you want him in the front row or the second row?
He can go in the front row.
All right. Front right or front left?
Let's go left.
Paladin.
Yeah, sure.
Who's front right?
It's got to be one of your characters. Mine wouldn't be good in the front row.
Okay, so I got...
You got a ranger, you got a...
ranger.
Ranger?
Ranger.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, either that or probably one of the clerics.
No.
Okay, ranger then. Or your bard.
It doesn't make sense. Let's see what his armor class is. Armor class is 1. Yeah, but the ranger seems like should be up front.
Okay, let's do ranger then. It does make sense.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like tracker and...
So let's put my fighter bard. I'll put fighter with a B.
Okay.
Okay. Just...
Yeah.
Fighter B.
Yeah.
All right, next row. Okay, who else we got?
We've got...
We also want good armor at the back.
That's true.
But go on.
I don't know. We've got 2 clerics. We've got magic use. I mean,
archer.
We've got archer. Who do we want to put in the second row? I don't know.
All right, I think clerics and archer are at the back.
Okay.
How many total do we have?
Clerics and archer in the back. Oh, I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What does that even say?
That's a fighter. That's your
12,
fighter.
13, 14, 15. So let's write fighter. I can't read that. I'm too blind.
When are your glasses coming?
15. They came!
Oh! When are you going to go get them?
Well, the car's in the shop tomorrow.
Okay.
They came. I forgot.
When? Today?
Yeah, I got a text.
Okay.
Okay, so we need 5 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last row is what? 2 clerics and an archer?
Yeah, I guess so.
Clerics on the sides?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do that.
Cleric.
Yeah.
Archer.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is your cleric?
You can put either D for dwarf or K for
No.
Kazam.
But you want right or left?
Let's do right, I guess.
Oh, he's a dwarf.
He is a dwarf.
That's fine. Left? Okay, Kazam.
Okay.
Because he has a name. Okay. So second row, we want more people who can
You
fight.
spelled Kazam wrong, but it's okay.
K-A-Z-A-M.
K-H-A-Z-A-M. K-H-A-Z-A-M. It's okay.
It's silent. Gotta speak over the silence for YouTube.
Creak, 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 creak. Maybe I'll put like cricket noises.
Is that what your cricket noises?
Yeah, that was. Is that not a good cricket noise?
I don't know. I can't make a cricket noise. I don't even know.
Okay.
All right. What other marshals do we have? We have a monk.
Yeah, monk. A thief can fight to some degree.
Yeah. A thief should.
You got a bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
Okay, so bounty hunter here, thief here.
Sure. That would make sense. Thief's more protected in the middle there from flank.
And he can slip forward.
Yeah.
And bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Okay. We still have a monk to fit in here. I'm thinking somewhere towards the back.
Yeah.
On one of the sides.
Who else do we have? We have an illusionist. We've got 2 magic users. We've got an druid.
Okay. Druid towards the back.
Okay.
Druid. Okay. Right here we have our 3. All right. Illusionist, front, center, right, left.
I don't know. I don't know.
Illusionist in the center.
Okay. And flanked by what?
Both magic users.
Okay.
Okay. You want right or left for your magic user?
Right.
Does he have a name?
No.
I'm going to call him 2.
Okay.
And mine is going to be 1.
Okay.
Okay. Monk. What else? Druid.
Yep, monk, druid.
And archer.
No.
I'm missing one, I think. Unless I counted wrong. Put the monk on the left.
Oh, I think you counted assassin as one of them, but we're not using the assassin, are we?
Monk. Druid.
Right.
I'm going to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
But that's the assassin.
Okay,
15.
It's 14.
Yeah, okay. So what do you want to do? Move the archer up and then just say that these guys are next to each other? Yeah.
Archer here. He doesn't even have a melee weapon. All he has is a bow.
that's true. Yeah.
Okay. That's what we look like. We'll figure out if we're in a hallway, we're going to be 2 abreast.
Yeah.
You can be 3 abreast in a 10-foot hallway.
But okay.
Okay, you can't be any more than that, but you can be 3 abreast in a 10-foot hallway.
Okay.
And if that sounds ridiculous, first of all, that is according to the game rules. But if that sounds ridiculous, look in the typical bedroom, how long the wall is in a typical bedroom. They tend to be 10, 11, 12 feet long.
Yeah.
You can easily put 3 people next to each other against the bedroom wall.
Yeah, it would be difficult to fight, but you could do it.
Yeah, now if we get into a 5-foot space, We're down to single file.
Yeah.
We're down to single file 5-foot space.
Yeah.
All right, this is our party starting out, kicking off, starting out. This is it. This is our party.
All right.
Okay, the assassin is staying at home.
Yeah.
I made him, but he's not rolling with us.
Okay.
And what else? What else? What else is there?
I don't know.
We have our starting. Okay, can we roll out next session? Can we?
I think we probably can. I mean, I'll fix a couple things. You'll. I don't know if you have anything. I think your characters are all good.
I'm digging for visual aids and not finding them.
Okay.
Where's the map? That's what I'm looking
It's in that pile. It's in that pile, isn't it?
Here it is.
Oh, that map. Okay.
Next session. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're leaving town and we're going.
All right.
Oh, we decided that this... Oh, let's decide this right now.
The depression.
The depression. So we rolled that this hex is a depression, and we decided it's one of three things. It's either a canyon, because... Stop pulling my cord off my head. Okay. It's either a canyon because there are mountains here and grassland here, so the land is sloping in this direction. It must. Okay?
Yes.
The topography of the land must slope in this direction or this direction. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it's possible for there to be a canyon here, just from erosion.
Yeah.
Or, okay, so it could be a canyon, or I came up with the idea of a meteor crater.
Okay.
Okay, so it could be a great big meteor crater here, or like an ancient one, not a recent one.
Yeah.
Or you came up with the idea of sinkholes, an area of sinkholes.
Yeah.
Where like underground spaces have eroded away and the ground has collapsed and there's an area of lots of dangerous sinkholes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's roll a D3. Okay, but let's establish 1 is a canyon, 2 is a meteor strike, a meteor crater, and 3 is an area of sinkholes.
Okay.
Okay, roll it. 6 is a 3, sinkholes. Okay. So this hex is a whole bunch of sinkholes, and you could probably walk around them and everything.
Yeah, but it'd be dangerous because the ground is unstable there.
Yeah.
Right? Like you could step on a patch that looks nice, and then all of a sudden you're falling into the earth.
Yeah.
So
you
can maneuver it, but it's dangerous.
In the Yucatan, there are these sinkholes that the ancient Mayans used to worship at. I think they used to throw sacrifices into them. Or they consider them like sacred places because they're like full of water and these wide sinkholes in the Yucatan. So maybe it looks like that. I don't know, but sinkholes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So our next session, we're rolling out. Yeah,
Robots.
we're gonna actually play D&D next session.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything to end with?
I don't know.
No? We have a party. It's a lot. It's 14 guys.
Yeah, I mean, even first level, we've just got so many dudes.
Yeah, but I mean, they're all one-hit wonders. They
true.
Get hit once and they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we run into like 2 giant rats,
we're okay.
Yeah. The only thing is, our archer I think is going to be pretty useless. He cannot shoot past 3 rows of people.
Right, but outdoors, if we encounter...
Outdoors,
If we encounter somebody at distance outdoors...
Yeah, super useful. But in the dungeon...
In the dungeon, he may not be doing it.
Yeah.
He only has a bow. He doesn't have even a knife.
I mean, he could I don't know. I mean, unarmed combat, but...
Go punch people?
I mean, there's no reason to. He's got 3 layers of people in front of him.
Right.
So, unless someone walks up right behind him, kills both of those clerics...
I'm never shooting into melee. You can decide what you
I would not do that either.
I am never, ever shooting into melee.
I tend to get upset with other people who shoot into melee.
I want to say something else about this, too. In AD&D, and it's something you have to establish up front. In AD&D, there's something called subdual damage or non-lethal damage. And we've talked about this?
Yes, we have.
All right. The idea is and it came originally from the monster manual in the description of the dragons, where it describes
How
to
yeah.
subdue a dragon.
That way you can
Right.
tame it.
But you can use that same rule for anything. If it works on a dragon, it works for anything. And
you
so it's
subdue a giant rat and then try and tame
some
it.
people call it non-lethal damage, but
Yeah.
you have to declare up front, I'm using subdual damage or non-lethal damage. And what it
Yes.
means is if only 25% of the damage you do is actual lethal damage. So if you do 4 hit points, if you hit somebody for 4 hit points, 3 of those it looks like they lost 4 hit points, but in reality they've only lost 1 real actual hit point.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you get someone down to 0, they're unconscious, they're subdued, but they're not dead. They've only actually lost 25% of their hit points.
Yeah.
And that applies to dragons or anybody else. So for my characters, not the assassin, the other ones, unless otherwise stated, I'm striking a subdue.
Okay.
For the good ones especially.
Yeah.
But also because I just like taking prisoners.
Okay.
You can use them like as guinea pigs. You can
Yeah.
you can sell them to the authorities. You can make them carry your stuff. I like taking
Yeah.
prisoners.
No, that's cool. That's cool. It's a good idea. Yeah. In the past, my characters tend to slaughter everything in their path and leave none alive.
But
But yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And you can do that later. Like, I don't want to bring this orc back to town. I'm just going to off him right now. But at least, like, the battle's won.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because you're sure not going to leave him behind alive, still breathing.
Yeah.
You're either going to bring him with you, and we've got 14 people, so, I mean, we can drag along some captives.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's what the
rope?
archer does.
Your
Maybe
people have rope? Some
I've,
of my people have rope. It's kind of heavy.
I think one or two of my guys have rope. I've either got 50 or 100 feet of rope between my 3 characters, which is a lot of rope.
It's kind of heavy.
It is.
Yeah.
But 50 feet of rope is a lot of rope.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, if you actually coil up 50 feet of rope,
that's a lot of rope
over your shoulder. That's a big hunk of rope.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can do a lot with 50 feet of rope.
So there's in recent years, people have begun using, and I don't know if it's an Unearthed Arcana, but people have begun using this idea of silk rope.
Yes, I've encountered that.
And the idea is that it's made either from like actual silk or it's made from like giant spider silk.
Yeah. And it like weighs less.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't even think it's an OSRIC. I don't know where the idea.
It is an OSRIC.
It is an OSRIC.
I believe
Silk rope is.
I think I saw it.
Maybe it came from Unearthed Arcana. I don't remember. I don't know what the source of it is.
So I know it's in OSE.
Is it? Well, forget that. That doesn't.
Okay.
Well, it's not in VX. So it's in Advanced OSE, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Advanced OSE is just is homebrew.
Yeah. Hold on. Where is the equipment? Here we go. Yeah, silk rope.
Throw it out here for the camera. Do it in front of the camera.
Okay. We have where did it go? It's
what does it weigh?
Silk rope.
What does it cost?
It costs 10 GP.
Okay.
And it weighs 5 pounds instead of 10. So it's half the weight, and it costs 10 times as much.
Okay.
According to OSRIC.
I didn't pick any silk rope.
I didn't either.
Okay.
And 10 gold pieces is a lot.
That's not in pre-Unearthed Arcana D&D. I don't think. I'm not sure what the origin of that is in the game. It's cool. But the way I play Greyhawk, silk does not come from any of these places.
Yeah.
It comes from way to the west, and nobody really knows where it comes from. Just like in Real Earth, in Europe, if you had silk, you knew it came from lands to the east, but you didn't really know where it came from.
Uh-huh.
Same thing here.
Yeah.
Is how I run Greyhawk. And but if you're farming giant spiders to make rope, I think that's something that like gnomes would be doing.
Okay.
Like, you're not going to see Farmer Joe the human with his
giant spider farm.
With his giant spider farm. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not in my Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's call it there.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Have fun. And play D&D.